Good morning, Kip One Primary. This is Mr. Jennings, and this is the start of our excellence class for a new month, which is March. So, like we do with all lessons, I'm going to start off with our hope values. We're going to all say our hope values together. You can say them with me or say them after me. Honor, optimism, perseverance, enthusiasm, and love. Let's make a prediction. What do you think our hope value will be this month? Last month, the value was love. What do you think this month will be? Let's see if you guys are right. Honor. If you said honor, you are totally right. You can give yourself a pat on the back because I'm all that. Very good. So let's talk about honor. Everybody first, say the word honor. Very good. So honor means a lot of different things, but we want to make sure that when we're showing honor, that we're showing integrity, telling the truth, being honest, doing the right thing even when no one is looking, being responsible for your actions, and respecting ourselves, others, our community, and the space around us, and always being ready to learn. So these are ways that we can show honor at home, in our school, and in our community. So let's say these things one more time: showing integrity, telling the truth, being honest, doing the right thing even when no one is looking, being responsible for your actions, respecting ourselves, others, our community, and the space around us, and always being ready to learn. So that is how we show honor. And we're going to continue to learn about honor and figure out different ways that we can show honor in all that we do. So, Kipsters, we know that we are now in a new month. Last month was Black History Month, which is the month of February, and now we're in a new month, which is March. So, March, we're still in the winter time. This is our last month of winter, and after winter, we will have spring, and then after spring, we have summer, and then after summer will be fall, and then the cycle continues again. Today, we're going to be learning about snow and how snow comes down in the winter. Learning objectives. In this lesson, Kips will be able to understand how snowflakes are created. Kips will also be able to understand weather is the combination of sunlight, wind, snow, or rain, and temperatures in a particular region at a particular time. People measure these conditions to describe and record the weather and notice patterns over time. Finally, Kips will be learning how to ice fish, and we'll see that at the end of our lesson. Vocabulary to know. Let's say our vocabulary words together. Our first word is precipitation. Everybody say precipitation. Precipitation is rain, snow, sleet, or hail. Any kind of weather condition where something is falling from the sky is precipitation. Next word, seasons. Everybody say seasons. Seasons include winter, spring, also known as autumn, summer, or fall. Let's say those seasons again: winter, spring, summer, and fall. Finally, we're going to talk about the word winter. Winter is the coldest season in the year. So, winter is the coldest season in the year. So, these are the three vocabulary words that we need to know for this lesson because we'll be using them a lot during this lesson. Our big questions. Our big question in this lesson that we're trying to answer is: how is snow formed? When does the new season begin? And why is each snowflake unique? I want you to take a second and think about these three different questions. How is snow formed? When does the new season begin? And why is each snowflake unique? All right, now that you had some thinking time, by the end of this lesson, you should be able to answer these three questions. Let's move on. How snowflakes are formed. Dust, dirt, ice crystals, and even sand are in a cloud. Snowflakes are formed from dirt and ice crystals. The dirt and ice crystals come together to make a snowflake. Once the snowflakes gets heavy enough, it falls from the cloud to the ground. Snow is a form of precipitation. So in this first picture, we see an ice crystal, we see some dirt. Once the ice crystal and dirt form together, they create a snowflake. And once they get heavy enough, they fall from that cloud. And here we have a picture of cloud and snow falling from the cloud. So this is how it is created. And this is how the snow falls from the cloud, which we know is precipitation. Whenever something is falling from the sky that is wet, it is precipitation. Now, here we see an ice crystal and we see some dirt. When this ice crystal and dirt form together, this is how a snowflake is now growing in a cloud. So right here is in the cloud, the snowflakes get larger with other ice crystal and dirt, putting them all together to make a snowflake. And then that snowflake comes down. All right, so you guys, we're in Mr. Jennings' backyard. As you see, there is snow everywhere. So we know that precipitation must have happened for all of this snow to get here. Obviously, it's not snowing now, but because of that precipitation, the snow is here, all in my backyard, and I didn't do such a great job cleaning it up. So I have two things here that we're gonna be looking at. I have my thermometer. I have my thermometer because if you guys remember a couple of months ago, when we were talking about weather, that we were using thermometers to check the temperature. So here, when I check the temperature, it says it's about 45 degrees. And that's how people see what the different temperatures are outside, by using this tool, which is a thermometer. Next, I have a magnifying glass. And I'm hoping with this magnifying glass that I am able to see these snowflakes. Right here, we have a lot of snow, but I'm not sure if we'll be able to see the small snowflakes because of just how small they are. We might need a microscope instead of just a magnifying glass. So let's look at this snow. So I'm gonna bring it closer here. It's kind of difficult to see the different snowflakes on here because the snow is already down. Maybe if I just get like a piece of it. All right, get that piece, and maybe we can see the ice crystals that are in the snow. It's obviously melting because it's in my fingers. I'll get more snow. So with this, I'm hoping you guys are able to see the different shapes that you might see on a snowflake. Obviously, we need a microscope to get even deeper, but this is a closer look of what a snowflake looks like when after, we have a closer look of what a snowflake looks like after it hits the ground. Pretty cool. I know it's melting in my hand because my hands are warm and the snow is cold. So finally, let's just have some fun in the snow. Here we go. We are going to talk about how many months are in each season. To start us off, we're going to sing our months of the year song. Now, a lot of us have already learned this song, and if you don't know it, you get to learn it now and practice doing it. So, months of the year song: January, February, March, April, May, June, July, and August, September, October, November, December, 12 months in a year. So you can replay that song if you need to, and that will tell you the different months that are in the year. Each season lasts 3 months. There are 4 seasons in the year. Those 4 seasons are winter, spring, summer, and fall. How did we figure out how many months each season gets? It's pretty much simple division, which is 12 divided by 4 equals 3. There's 12 months in the year divided by the 4 seasons equal 3 months for each season. So winter lasts from December 20th to March 20th, and at March 20th or about March 21st, then it will be spring. So December 20th to March 20th is winter, and after March 20th, which will be March 21st, will be the first day of spring, and hopefully it'll get a little warmer. So that is how we figure out how many months are in each season. Snowflakes. So each snowflake is unique, just like us. Just like we talked about earlier, each snowflake is unique. No snowflake looks like another snowflake. So snowflakes are kind of like people in that sense because no person looks like another person. Each snowflake is different. They might have some similarities, but they still are different. They have different traits about them, just like people. All people are different. Even if someone has a twin, their twin isn't exactly like them. They might have something that is a little bit different, whether it's their skin color, whether their face looks a little different, whether their nose is a little different. Everybody is different and everybody is unique. That is one way that we know that we belong on the earth, because you are chosen to be here. No one can take your spot on this earth. You are destined to do great things, and the future is at your fingertip. And no one can fill your shoes because you are special to the world. So, learning objectives in this lesson. In this lesson, kids were able to understand how snowflakes are created. Kids were also able to understand weather is a combination of sunlight, wind, snow or rain, and temperatures in a particular region at a particular time. People measure these conditions to describe and record the weather and to notice patterns over time. Also, one fun activity we did was students would learn how to ice fish. The big questions of this lesson. These are the three questions that you should be able to answer at the end of this lesson. How is snow formed? Everybody tell me, how is snow formed? Still waiting on a couple of friends to answer. How is snow formed? Snow is formed from dust and ice crystals inside of a cloud, and they get heavy enough to fall down from that cloud to make a snowflake. When does the new season begin? When will spring begin? Spring begins March 21st. When winter ends March 20th, the next day will be March 21st, and that will be the beginning of spring. Finally, why is each snowflake unique? You got it. Each snowflake is unique because none of them are the same. They are all different. And there's zillions and trillions of snowflakes that have dropped, and none of them have been the same. Just like people, there are more than 7.6 billion people in the world, and no one is the same, and no one has ever been the same. So we learned these different things from this lesson today. So part of our objectives was also to go ice fishing. So ice fishing is something that people are So part of our learning objectives was to go ice fishing. And that's what we're about to do next. Now, usually in ice fishing, when people are doing this, they are fishing for actual fish. In our case, we're not going to be fishing for actual fish. You'll be seeing what we'll be fishing for, and we'll see who can catch more ice than Mr. Jennings. And I'll tell you exactly what you need in order to be a part of this lesson at home. And you don't have to do it today. You can do it any day if you're just looking for an activity to do, or something that you want to show your friends, or an activity you want to do with your friends at home. So what you need is water. So here, my water. You need some ice. You need a string, and you need some salt. Okay. You need those materials. You can rewind if you need to know what those materials are again. So what I'm going to first do, put some of my ice inside of my container to get ready for my ice fishing activity. So sorry, this ice is a little. I'm gonna put some in here. Yeah, this is kind of a lot of ice there. You might not need so much ice, but you just want to make sure that it works. You're gonna pour your water. All right, be careful. Make sure you have a towel. My towel is back there on the back of my couch so I can clean up. So I have some ice, I have water. We're already on our way to getting to the ice fishing part. Finally, what you need to do is have your fishing rod. Your string will be your fishing rod. You're gonna need to wet it a little bit, your string. And this is just like a piece of thread. And wet your thread a little bit. Then I'm going to lay my thread on all the ice that I'm trying to fish up. Okay. All the ice I'm trying to fish up. Once I do that, I'm gonna pour some salt on my thread and ice. Try not to use up all the salt. You make sure you're using like the sip part, the part that where a little salt comes out. You're pouring it all on your string on the ice. All right, so then it's probably overdid it a little bit there. So then you're going to wait 30 seconds. So let's count down our 30 seconds down. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, now that we've waited our 30 seconds, let's see how much ice Mr. Jennings can fish out of this container. You can grab any piece of the string. All right, that one fell. Uh-oh. And bam, ice fishing 101. And you guys will be able to send me in how much ice you caught from your ice fishing lesson. See you guys later.